How's it going, guys? John. So, I have some good, but also shitty news. So, number one, I am midway through getting my overhead console done. I already pre-wired everything up top. I've got to run my main ground better and some things like that. But important side note. So number one, it works. I made it work. So what I did was I took an overhead console from those military guys. I'll talk more about that in a second. And there's just it's $100 for like, or $110 for just like a flat overhead console that you can mount whatever you want to. So I got that. I put on, let's see if you can see it, a solenoid to start, and that solenoid is allowing power once I flip the switch, which is my main switch, to open the solenoid, run power to my power converter so I can convert to 12 off of 24, then to a fuse bank. Sorry, it doesn't look really neat right now. I just wanted to make sure it all worked. And then fuse bank right now, I've got two cigarette lighter ports right there. So sorry about the bad camera angles. So with these though, I'm able to have an overhead power supply that's out of the way, so when Revy sits in the middle, she won't bash her head on it or anything like that, because it falls below my headline, and I'm taller than she is, so I'm a lot taller than she is by almost a foot, so she should be okay. And now I can run accessories and stuff like that, and I've got a lot of room for expansions. For instance, like I said, I have this is a 50 amp pile converter, so I can run, you know, my GPS, and I can run the cigarette lighter ports, a CB radio, a backup camera. I've got plenty of room for expansion. Can't like run a winch or anything, not that I would, but this is, so now I have electric in my cab, and it looks pretty decent, and it's gonna get painted over all these bolts and everything else like that. I'm gonna dress up the wires a lot nicer. I just wanted to make sure it worked. Now, problem with the overhead. So it's a product that comes from those military guys. It's a company out in California. So I got this because it says it'll work for the M35 series truck. Well, let's gloss over the fact that the series isn't called M35, but they're talking about M35A1s, A2s, A3s, and, you know, all the like from the deuce and half era. Whether it's the dump trucks, the fuel trucks, whatever. Unfortunately, they only got it half right. For one, back here, this will all mount, these bolts will mount right to the frame, and it'll be fine. It'll be held on the back. The front, however, this little guy, there's nothing to hold this thing on. So I'm gonna have to make something to clamp it on into place because there's nothing. Now they say, oh, we'll use your J hooks that clamp down that. Those don't exist, and not just on my deuce, on anybody's deuce. Unless they took a 939 top, cut down the middle to make it to make it less wide to stick in there, it doesn't fit, it doesn't work. So no J hooks. So they had no idea a product that they made and advertised for an M35 won't fit an M35 at all. Great. So I don't have those J hooks, so I'm gonna have to fab something up. Now when they asked me, or when I asked them, you know, like, what are you guys gonna do? They told me that they could fabricate something for me and then quote me a price, which I'm not too happy about. You made a product that didn't work as advertised without any hardware, because you claim or you advertise that there isn't any necessary. You advertise that there's no drilling required, but I'm gonna have to fabricate up a piece of steel or clamps or something to permanently affix this thing above my windshield inside of my hardtop so it doesn't go anywhere. Oh, by the way, the front to back length isn't the same either on the 939. It's close. It's really, really close. And also, luckily, the rear mounting hardware back here lines up on my deuce and a half on my hardtop. So I'm pretty peeved about that. If nothing else, I'd offer the customer a refund if I were them, but they didn't. They asked me when I figure out some way to make it work to let them know what it is so they can institute in the future. So not only did they charge me money for a product that doesn't work as advertised, they want me to fix it, send them the idea of how to fix it so they can use it for other projects. Sorry, that was my rant. And I've turned this into a 5-minute video because I'm just ranting my ass off. But anyways, that's where I'm at with this. Got an overhead console. I'm happy about that. I'm happy I'm going to be able to supply power, and it's not costing that much. I'm unhappy that I bought a product that doesn't work as advertised, and I'm going to have to fabricate up something that works. Fucking great. Ah, I said the F word on, yeah, I don't care. Demonetize me. Bye.